So in order to solve number 22, it's going to be a variation problem. So you're going to, when we look at this problem, we're going to see that it varies jointly, meaning that there's going to be more than just the regular two variables. Instead, we're going to have two additional ones. So here we're just going to look and we're going to see the force of wind is blowing on a vertical surface, meaning the F, and that's what's varying jointly. So the F is going to be the force of wind, and so we're setting it equal to F because we're going to find F. So next we have K, which is going to be our constant of variation, which we should always have in a variation problem. The A is the area of the surface, which is going to be one of our variables we have to solve for. So we have that here. And now we have velocity. Now the reason this is squared is because in the problem it says that it varies jointly with the square of the velocity. So we're going to square the velocity. So now we have F equals KAV squared. So now we look at the problem and we see that the wind is blowing at 20 miles per hour. So in order to solve for this, we're going to plug it in. So we find that in the problem it's given the force of wind is going to be 300. So it's 300 pounds equals, we're going to keep K as K because this is our constant of variation. We have to solve for this. So next we have our A variable. So we know that in this part of the problem, the surface is 500 feet squared. Next, we have our V squared variable. So we're going to look at what V is given in the problem, which is 20 miles per hour. So we're going to put 20 here, but we can't forget to square this. So next, you're basically just going to do this out. And so you're going to have 300 equals K 500. So I know I'm writing this a little weird, but I'm just writing it in the order that I originally had this. And then, so we're just going to do out this term first. And after we do that term, we're going to multiply these two. And that is going to be 200,000. Okay. So now, because we're solving for K, we're going to be dividing the 300 by the 200,000, which is going to give us K equals 0.0015. So this is now our constant of variation, meaning we can now plug in to find how much force the wind with a wind of 70 miles per hour will place on a surface of 400 feet squared. So now we're just going to plug it in. So we know, now we're just trying to find F. So it's a simpler equation to set up. So first you're going to just plug in your K is going to be 0.0015. Now we have our surface area of 400, and then the velocity, which we cannot forget to square. So next we're just going to do this part out. So we're going to get F equals 0.0015 times 400 times 5,625. All right. Now we're just going to multiply these all together, and we're going to get F equals 3,375 pounds of force. So yeah, this is going to be your answer, and this is your constant of variation. So it's a really simple problem. At the end, it's just really remembering that you have to solve initially for this part and figure out what the constant of variation is in order to move on and do the next part. It's really also just memorizing what this part is going to be, so because there's different kinds of variation problems. So in this case you have this, but you might have another one that's a little bit different. So Yeah.